guys, it's Light. Welcome back to my channel. Two things you need to know about me. One, I'm a witch, and two, I have very little money. So until my manifestation rituals kick in, we're gonna be trying to save money. So today we're going to one of my favorite places in the whole world, Dollar Tree. And I'm gonna see what kind of goodies I can find so I can DIY to either make into witchy decor or something for my altar. I don't know, something witchy though. And we have a special guest. We have Connor. We're gonna head home and start crafting. Let's see if I can make it work. And cue voiceover mode. So this is the stuff I ended up getting. I got a package of these little planters that I plan on painting to put my basil in. Then I know this technically isn't DIY, but it was so cute and it's already witchified, so I knew I had to do something with it. I also ended up getting those tiny little bottles. I'm gonna make them into little spell jars. Not completely sure, but we'll see. And then I got this wooden tray that I plan on painting and putting on my altar. Lastly, I got this jar of skulls. So yeah, just a little package of tiny skulls and a glass container. This is what we're gonna need for our first DIY. I have some honey, some salt, some sage, basil, and this little funnel I made out of a post-it note. Okay, for this first one, I'm going to be putting in all salt. This is just going to be a little protection bottle I'm going to carry around. You can honestly put literally anything into these. The funnel wasn't really working, but you know, we did our best. I think whatever you put into these bottles, it's going to be cute no matter what, just because they're tiny. The next little bottle, I ended up putting some sage in. This is just like little sage shavings, I don't know what to call them, like the little crumbs that come off of my sage. I also cut off a little piece of my basil plant to shove in there, break up and put in there. With the basil and the sage, I'm probably going to use this in days that I just need some positivity or some luck. Even though these bottles are tiny and cute, they are really hard to get things into. But oh boy, is that cute. Now, lastly, I'm going to attempt to fill this little bottle with some honey. I thought the honey was going to be a perfect size to squeeze through the hole, but as you're gonna see in a second here, it kind of just spilled out onto the side. Oh gosh. Now this is a very satisfying part, watching it drip. Oh wow, amazing. You don't necessarily have to fill them. Honestly, I think when they're half full, it looks a little cuter. I also ended up putting a little bit more of sage into this bottle here. And here they are, the pretty trio, ready to go. Next DIY, we are going to turn this little container into something cool. So I got some white paint, blue paint, a paintbrush, and we're gonna paint. We're gonna paint it up. I used a dark blue and then this shimmery blue to just get kind of a different color. Once that's all mixed up, you're gonna get to painting. I somehow lost the clip of me starting this, but it doesn't matter. You guys know how to paint. I only ended up doing one coat of the paint. I kind of like how it looked. DIY-y, if that makes sense. I don't like when things look perfect. I like when they have a little bit of character. After I let that dry, I went in with some white paint and started sketching out what I wanted. I decided to do the triple moon symbol. Now I'll have you guys know I don't have that steady of a hand, so it's hard for me to do things like this without a stencil, but I honestly think I did such a great job. I don't know how, but wow. After I finished doing this, I went in with the white again and just did some little specks and stars to make it a little more flashy. And here's the final result. I ended up putting my crystals in there. I think it's a cute little tray for them. Next DIY is going to be our jar of souls. So you need your jar, your skulls, your water, and some black paint. I just filled the jar with water and did a very tiny bit of black paint and just stuck it in there and started mixing. I didn't know if the black paint was gonna work since it's acrylic and it doesn't necessarily like mix with water, but this is what it did. There were some clumps at first, but they ended up dissolving once I kept stirring. You can use any color you want. I just wanted black so it kind of looked murky, I guess. Last minute, I decided I want some gold sparkle in there, so same thing. Just threw it in there and stirred it up. After it was all stirred up, I ended up just putting a top on it and it was all done. My jar of souls. And for our last DIY, we have our planter, black paint, white paint, pink paint, and a paintbrush. I went in with a black and just covered it to give it a base. This is just for the little basil plant in my room, so I wasn't that thorough. I didn't do a second coat. I just kind of slapped some paint on there. I'm honestly not the fanciest DIY person. I like to get things done quickly and easily. And you know what? It looks fine, so why not? After the black paint dried, I got some of the white paint and started trying to splatter on. At first, I didn't really know what I was doing, as you can see. Then when I got to the pink paint, I kind of started to catch on how you splatter paint onto something. I was going for like a galaxy theme. It didn't really come out like that, but you know what? We're doing our best. Then I went in and did some little squiggles, stars, jujus, I don't know, some stuff. And this is what it looks like after. My little basil plant is super happy in his new home. Next to my basil, I have my little witch's brew bottle. I ended up putting some moon water in here and then I just use it to water my basil. And that is it, you guys. Those are the DIYs I got from the dollar store. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what else you want to see and I will see you guys next time. Bye!